In recent days, panic buying has swept across many places in mainland China. The reason is that on November 1st, China's Ministry of Commerce issued a notice stating families are encouraged to store a certain amount of necessities to meet the needs of daily life and emergencies. The notice did not specify what the contingency was, but it caused anxiety among the public. So people in many places responded to the government's call to purchase and hoard living supplies. Videos circulating on the internet showed people snatching up rice and flour, with some buying 300 kilograms of rice at once. Some people rushed to buy vegetables, and some people bought pork half a pig at a time. Some people even fought in the supermarket for goods, and others rushed to buy generators. This video shows that on November 4th, in Bafang Shopping Plaza in Tangshan City, Hebei Province, as soon as the supermarket opened, there was a large influx of people. Overcrowding caused the elderly to fall over and chaos to ensue. These customers are lined up in a grocery store in Changzhou City, Jiangsu Province. Their carts are filled with produce and other daily supplies, while the store shelves are already empty. At present, in many supermarkets, products such as rice, cooking oil, and instant noodles have been sold out, with many things out of stock. According to Bloomberg, data from e-commerce platforms show that orders for hardtack and lunch meat are soaring, and some suppliers are already out of stock. The panic buying across China has driven up the prices of various food products. The prices of rice and flour have generally increased by more than 10%. The prices of cooking needs and condiments such as cooking oil, salt, sauces, and vinegar have generally increased by 10 to 15%, with some increased by as much as 35%. The prices of vegetables are ridiculously high. Take the vegetable prices in Tongzhou, Beijing as an example. The price of cabbage has risen from 6 yuan to 8 yuan per kilogram. The price of white radish has risen from 2 yuan to 6 yuan per kilogram. Cucumber is now 12 yuan per kilogram. Several days before, it was only 7 yuan. The price of spinach is now 20 yuan per kilogram, which used to be 8 yuan. Seeing that the situation seems to be getting out of control, the Ministry of Commerce called on the public not to hoard goods, claiming that the amount of goods are sufficient and the supply is guaranteed. Even though the Chinese authorities came out to stabilize everyone, folks have made various interpretations to the stockpile notice from the Ministry of Commerce. Some people believe the notice is related to the recent tense situation of the Taiwan Strait, suggesting that the Ministry of Commerce might be giving a hint that people should stockpile supplies in preparation for war. A series of recent events have fueled speculation about war. The internet has been abuzz with information about PLA military drills and air raid warnings in various parts of the country. In provinces such as Jiangsu, Shandong, and Anhui, the government distributed air defense kits to residents and trained the people on how to protect themselves from air attacks.
哇哦，首先是一个小药箱，蜡烛，这是啥呀？逃生绳，灭火毯。SOS 的盒子里装的是什么？这好像是一个小刀子。指南针。
In addition, the Beijing authorities have also used its cyber army to continuously post relevant remarks about unifying Taiwan by force on the internet, creating an atmosphere of imminent war in the Taiwan Strait. On November 2nd, a text message was spread on many online platforms, allegedly sent by the People's Armed Forces Department to reserve veterans. The text message stated that a written notice was received from the Mobilization Department of the Ministry of Defense that the Taiwan issue is serious and that reserve veterans were asked to be prepared to be recalled at any time. On the same day, some netizens posted a video showing that in Hangzhou, Zhejiang, a number of military vehicles carrying amphibious tanks were driving on the streets, giving off a bizarre atmosphere. There are also messages saying that they will go to Taipei to watch the rain in the winter and to buy properties in Taiwan. On November 4th, a netizen named Alan tweeted that a Chinese military vehicle was attacked on the way. It turned out that a pig transporting truck crashed into the military vehicle off the road. In the video, several soldiers were surrounding a stretcher, and it's suspected that someone was injured. On November 6, the Australian news website news.com.au posted an article saying that supply stockpile notice, the armored vehicles in the city streets, and the notice for reserve veterans seem to be a perfect combination of seemingly related events. It's no wonder that mainland China is flooded with claims this week that Beijing is about to invade Taiwan. However, it's also believed that the latest notification from the Ministry of Commerce is related to the COVID-19 outbreak. While the rest of the world is currently reopening, China is still adhering to a strict policy of zero COVID. If one person is infected, tens of thousands of people will be quarantined, and all of them would undergo nucleic acid testing. The community or even the whole city will be closed. For example, there were 39 confirmed cases in Lanzhou City in 1 week, and the city with a population of 4 million was sealed off. Once the community is closed, source of food becomes a problem, so it's necessary to stock up. At present, there are multiple outbreaks in the mainland, and the epidemic has spread to at least 22 provinces and municipalities. Since mid-October, at least 700 locally confirmed cases have been reported in 22 provinces in China. On November 6, at a press conference on the Joint Prevention and Control Mechanism of the State Council, a reporter asked under what criteria and conditions would China consider abandoning or suspending its zero-COVID policy. Wu Liang, Deputy Director of the National Bureau of Disease Control and Prevention, expressed that the situation of epidemic prevention and control this winter and next spring is complicated and severe, and China will continue to adhere to strict prevention and control measures. In this regard, Bloomberg pointed out earlier that one of the reasons for China's ineffective fight against the epidemic in this new wave is that China's domestic vaccines have insufficient protection. Therefore, officials need to adopt the so-called zero-COVID measures. Facing the failure of the zero-COVID or zero-transmission policy, the Chinese government recently launched the Time and Space Companion policy in an attempt to reshape its new image. According to the official explanation, mobile phone numbers that stay together for more than 10 minutes in the same 800 meter by 800 meter time-space grid was the mobile number of a confirmed case within the past 14 days. The holders of these numbers must take nucleic acid testing and self-isolate for 14 days. Many netizens said that the name might sound romantic, but the regulations seriously interfere with their lives. CCTV News reported that since November 3rd, the Chengdu Public Security Bureau and the Chengdu CDC in Sichuan Province have been sending reminder messages to citizens who are at risk of time-space companions, asking them to take 2 nucleic acid tests within 3 days. On November 4th, the Chengdu Public Security Bureau confirmed 82,000 of these time-space companions. Due to the recent detection of new COVID-19 cases, Chengdu has become one of the more severely blocked areas in this round of outbreaks. On November 2nd, there was one confirmed case in the Dingfeng Shui'an community, Jinnu District, Chengdu, and the community conducted nucleic acid tests on all personnel. On November 5th, a suspected case was found in Dongyuan Science and Technology Park, Chenghua District, Chengdu, and the people were taken away for isolation in the middle of the night. On November 8th, a woman got a red mark when trying to board the 47 bus. Everyone on board were terrified. No one was allowed to leave, and everyone had to be quarantined. Also on November 8th, due to a previously suspected case, the Global Center of Chengdu High-Tech Zone was closed. No personnel were allowed to leave and must undergo nucleic acid testing. Online video shows that many people ran out of the closed area from the bushes before it closed. The police said that they are currently investigating, and no fugitives have been found. According to China's current anti-epidemic policy, once these people are caught, they will be dealt with as criminals. At present, we cannot find the specific number of people who have been quarantined for testing, but according to mainland media reports, as of 8 p.m. on the 8th, 8,479 people have been completed for nucleic acid testing at the Global Center, and 5,579 have been submitted for testing. In order to shorten the waiting time for everyone, 20 new testing channels will be added. However, there is another interpretation of the Ministry of Commerce's notice. Overseas commentator Chen Po-kong pointed out that the call for hoarding supplies is to stimulate domestic consumption. Chen explained that foreign trade can no longer be used to stimulate economic growth. More and more countries have canceled the most favored nation trade status with China. Tariffs have increased, production lines and supply chains are being transferred to India and Southeast Asian countries, and big international companies are withdrawing. To create economic success for Xi Jinping, it is necessary to stimulate domestic demand. Stimulating consumption before the 6th plenary session of the 19th Central Committee, creating an atmosphere of war, coaxing the people to panic buy, and creating an artificially high economic growth is considered a solution.